Alright, so what is going on, everybody? Today I'm going to show you guys how much it actually costs to be able to get this Wayne Gretzky or Mario Lemieux in Hockey Ultimate Team this year. You'll need 45 of these collectibles, these legend collectibles. I currently have 2 of them. I've done Sedakoch's set twice, but you need a lot for these guys. Since there are 3 sets per player, you would need to be able to complete 15 of each player's set in order to get Wayne Gretzky or Mario Lemieux of your choice. There are a lot of different options for you to be able to do them. Some of them are super expensive, some of them are not at all. For the sake of the video, I've chosen the least expensive ones to do, and it's still an outrageous amount of coins for you to be able to do this. Now, before we do get into the video, I want to say that this is obviously probably the worst method of doing it. I'm just showing you that if you were to go about this way, this is how many coins it would be. There are opportunities to get gold collectibles in packs. I really do hope that there are going to be opportunities this year to get carbons and gold collectibles in playoffs and competitive seasons, like all that kind of stuff. Because if there aren't, it's going to be absolutely impossible for people to do this set. Like, you're going to have to spend so much money on the game, use all your coins at all times to be able to do these players. There is also this set, I'm not sure if you guys know about it, probably you do, where you can trade in 5 gold rare players for a gold collectible. There are also sets from last year and years before that where you trade bronze to silver, silvers to gold, golds to carbons. I would say that golds to carbons is probably the best method to go about doing it, but there are other ways of getting collectibles rather than having to buy them on the market, so don't worry about that if you are trying to go for this. So just before we get into the video, I'm going to check the market value on a gold collectible. Last I checked, they were 22k. So far I'm seeing there's 22k. There's a 20k, so they are down a bit. 20k is what you can currently get your gold collectibles for. That would mean that carbons should be around 200k if you are putting them into the set. So we will check the carbon price right now and see what they are at. There's one on the market for 329k, so that's a bit of a high price for them. If you bought gold collectibles straight off the market and put them into the set, you could probably get a carbon collectible for less than what this guy is asking for. Also, before you actually do the set, you are going to need to get the players as well. So I had to multiply the base player by 3 for each one because you need Sedakoch's 83 there. You also need his 83 along with the one you're going to be getting from the first set there as well. And then for the 5th or the 3rd and final set, you're going to need his 83 as well again. So for each player, I had to multiply their 83 by 3 or whatever card their base card started out with. But we are going to start off with Sedakoch because he is one of the players you can use. He is one of the cheapest ones you can use. And if you do end up doing his set, it will cost you 418k worth of coins if you were to do it right now by buying everything off the market. You can also pack these players as well, so that's another method for getting these sets completed a little faster, but he takes 3 golds. For the second one, you do need 7 gold collectibles, and then for the 3rd and final one, you do need a carbon, as you can see there, right there. Now, Johnny Bower and Johnny Busick are the exact same, 2, 8, and 4 right there, and if we go over to Johnny Busick, it is the same 2, 8, and 4. 2, 8, and 4. So, if you were to do both of them, Johnny Bower would cost you 954,000 coins to do. Now, you might be asking, how the hell does he cost so much? He takes 2 carbons there, which is already like 200k each. He takes a carbon there as well, and then he also takes a carbon for his number 8 one along with gold collectibles. So that's 4 carbons along with gold collectibles. 4 carbons is already like 800k on its own, and then you add on the other golds, that's what reaches it up. You also have to pay for Johnny Bower himself, so that's another reason why it's up as well. I think he's about 20k or roughly around 20k, so you multiply that by 3 and then you add that as well. That's more coins for Johnny Bower. Johnny Busick is very slightly less expensive. He is 948,000 coins. He takes all the carbons as well, and the only reason why he's less is because his base card is less than Johnny Bower's. Moving on, we are going to go over to Sedakoch. He is actually, the 88s are all pretty low, and he might actually be the lowest, I'm not sure. I think Domi might actually be the lowest, but he is 324,000 coins. He takes 3 golds there, he takes 5 golds there, and then 7 golds there, for a total of 15, I believe, and that comes out to about 324,000. When you add on how much Sedakoch is worth as well, that's 324,000 coins. Now, Domi is at 318,000. He's the same as Sedakoch with the gold collectibles for each set. His base card is probably just the worst in the game, so that's why he's so low. I mean, his card is really quite bad. His shooting is not very good at all, and he does have hitting going for him and speed, but realistically, you got to be able to score in order to win the game, and you just can't do that with his card. Moving on to Ron Hextall. He is the same as Dave Ondrejchuk that we were looking at before. He takes 3 golds there. He does take a carbon here, I believe, maybe? No, he doesn't. He takes gold collectibles there, and then he does take a carbon as the final one. His total comes out to 433,000, just slightly above what Dave Ondrejchuk's total was. That's if you're buying all of them, if you're buying him as well. Now we move on to Kelly Rudy, who is also one of the lower ones. He is 321,000. He is the same as Sedakoch and Taidomi, 3 golds, then 5 golds, and then 7 golds as well. A lot of them are the same, which is good, and there are a lot more. I feel like there's a lot more easy ones to do than there are hard ones, maybe. I'm not too sure, but like you see, Brett Hall's, like just to give an example, Brett Hall's might be, I don't think it's the most expensive one, but it's pretty crazy. 3 carbons for his first set, which is already 600,000 coins. And then he takes 4 carbons. And then it's not even done there, because you go on to the final one, and it takes 5 carbons to do. 3 carbon collectibles here, 4 carbon collectibles there, and 5 for the final one to come out to 12 carbons. It's just unreal. I don't know how anyone's ever going to be able to get the Brett Hall 94. And then there's also Howie Morenz, who is 95, who I think takes maybe more. I don't think so. Yeah, he does. He does take more. That's absolutely insane. But we will continue on where we were at. We're at Alafrate. He is currently at 330,000 coins. Not too bad. He is the same as Sedakoch and Taidomi and Kelly Rudy as well. Next, we will move on to Igor Larionov. He is the first of the 90s, and he is 724,000 coins. So still, for somebody who's only a 90 overall, that's still a lot of coins, 724,000. His set takes 7 gold collectibles to start off there, and then I believe this one is a carbon, and I think the last one is also a carbon, and then, 5 more gold collectibles after? So yes, 1 carbon and 5 golds on top of the players, on top of all the carbons and gold you're spending before. It's still a lot of coins. Next up is Trevor Linden. He is 89. He is the same as Ondrejchuk, and he is 436,000 coins to be able to do him. A little bit more expensive than Ondrejchuk, and pretty much the same as Ron Hextall to be able to do 436,000 for Trevor Linden. Next up, we do have Marcus Naslund, who is also like Larionov. He is the same number of collectibles for him as well. The only difference is his base card, which is actually cheaper. To do Naslund's set, it would cost you 712,000 coins if you were to buy everything off the market right now. Next up, we have Teppo Numminen. His set would cost you 457,000. Out of all of the 89s available, he actually might be the most expensive one. Maybe because his base card is more expensive, I'm not too sure. But next up, we do have Eddie Olczyk, and I was mistaken. Eddie Olczyk and Taidomi are actually the same price, ironically. They're both, I think, 6K on the market, and they all require the same collectibles, so he is about 318,000 as well. Next up, we do have Bob Probert. He is 321,000. Just like Taidomi, just like Sedakoch, just like Eddie Olczyk, his sets require the same amount of collectibles as well, and he is 321,000. And finally, we have Luke Robitaille, who's the cheapest of the 90s. He is 694,000, which is still a crazy amount of coins. And that is all 15 players, the 15 cheapest ones you could possibly get. I just chose Johnny Bower and Busick because they were right at the front. You could probably find a 91 overall player. Perhaps Doug Gilmour and Jeff Freon would be less expensive than buying the Bower card or the Busick card. I'm sure you could probably find a cheaper deal on them, but apart from that, I think they might be the only 91s. There might be another one at the end, yes. So Borje Salming, he is a defenseman and a lefty at that, which are probably more sought after than righty, so he probably will be more expensive. Now for the grand total price that you have been waiting for. If you were to do all of these sets today, if you had the amount of coins to be able to do it, you would need to have 7,711,000 coins to be able to purchase all of the collectibles and do the set, all the players, all the collectibles, and do the set right now. Now, the thing is with that, let's say I did have 7,700,000 coins. I don't even think you'd be able to do the set today because there's no collectibles on the market. You would have to buy out all the gold collectibles, wait for more to be put up, keep buying them. Somebody would probably realize that they're being bought out like crazy and just up the price by it. So realistically, I don't really think that the Mario Lemieux or the Gretzky are going to be coming out anytime soon. And especially with this set that has a 24-hour cooldown, you're going to get one collectible a day, so it's definitely going to take a while to be able to do it. You also need 5 gold rare players, so I think people aren't really going to be inclined to be putting their gold rare players into the set. I have a lot of them, so I don't really have a problem with it. I'm going to be doing it as much as I can because I really want to get that Mario Lemieux at the end of the year. And I do really hope that in playoffs or competitive seasons or divisions or whatever, they add some sort of prize where you can get a carbon or you can get some gold collectibles, because otherwise it's going to be very difficult. That is it for the video. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like, comment down below your thoughts and opinions in the video. 7,711,000 coins is what it takes to be able to do the set. Obviously, that's outrageously overpaying for them. There are many different ways to be able to do them more efficiently. I wanted to just show you guys that if you were to sit down and buy all of the collectibles and all the players right now, that was how much it would cost you, which is absolutely insane. There's no way somebody has 7 million coins to start off the game, and if they do, they probably spent so much money on this game. That's it for now, though. I hope you guys did enjoy this video once again, and I'll see you in the next one.